Hi guys, I'm Isa. Today we're going to learn how to use classes in Pygame. Alright, so first we're going to import Pygame. Now I'm going to make the display. We're going to write, my display is going to be 800 by 600 pixels. And I'm also just going to say Pygame not in it. I'm just going to say wow true. For events in pygame.events.get, if event.type is equal to pygame.quit and pygame.quit, and I'm going to say pygame.display.update. Also going to say display.fill whatever color, like 255, 255, 255, which is white. So now let me run my file. Now, as you can see, there's this window which is white, just as it should be. And so now I'm going to create the class is. So I'm gonna make a new class. I mean a new Python file. I'm gonna make it object or something. So I'm gonna have a class of object. So inside of this class of objects, let me just remove these brackets because I mean we're not really using them. So I can say def init self. I'm also gonna say from Pygame import vector2. Right, so we're going to say self dot self dot position or self dot pose is equal to vector2. So we're gonna add some new init variables for x and y. It's gonna be a vector2 of the x and the y. So let's go vector2 x, comma y. So I'm going to say self dot color is equal to color, or okay, never mind. So I'm gonna say def render self. And def render self. So this is going to happen when the object gets rendered. Well, yeah, I'm also gonna say self.root, which is the screen. So it's equal to pygame. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna say from pygame imports something else. It was display. Alright, so instead of all of this, I could just write import pygame. Right, so now I can ahead say pygame.vector2. And here we're going to say pygame.display.getSurface. It's gonna get the surface that this should render on. On that render, we're gonna say self.roots.split. Oh yeah, I also need an image. So I'm gonna say image. Self.image is equal to pygame.image.load image. So I need a quick image for this. So let me just open up Inkscape to, design a simple, I don't know, character or something. Just gonna make this square. That blue square is good enough. Let's export it. So I'm going to select it to export in my Pygame classes. I'm gonna make a new folder called assets there. So I'm gonna call this player or whatever. It's not really a player because no. So self.root.blitz, self.img, self.pose. So yeah, it's gonna render it there. So time to import it here. So from obj import object. I'm gonna say obj1 is equal to object, the class that we created. So we need to enter its x, 50, y, 50, and what else? The image, which is going to be assets slash player.png. So here I'm going to say obj1.render. Now if I run my current file, it should show a player if everything works well. Everything did work well, we'll show the player. We can make him a little bit smaller. Gonna add width, which is equal to 32, and height, which is equal to 32 default. So self.width is equal to 32, self.height equal to, wait no, self.width equals width, self.height equals height. Alright, so I'm going to say self.image. I'm gonna put self.image after the self.width in the height declaration. So self.image is equal to pygame.image.scale. Wait no, pygame.transform.scale. Then I have to enter the width and height of the scaling. So enter width, height. I mean, we could make the width and height a vector. So self.size is equal to pygame dot. And I'm just gonna make it to be an array of widths and height. We're just gonna write self.size here. Right. So let's test it out. Changes the width and height to 32. I can change it here to 64. So now it's 64. Let's also add a default X and a default Y. Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to rename this rename button to placeholder. Okay, whatever. Probably gonna do that later. So the default image will be assets slash player.png. So now you can just write obj1 equals object and have it automatically set up for you. If you want to change something like the width, for example, you can just write width equals 81. And if you want to change the x, for example, you can just write x equals 90. Now you can see that it's changed. Alright, so let me just placeholder. This is the placeholder. The real player. Let me just design a slightly better graphics for this player. We're also gonna add, I don't know, keyboard movements to our class. Alright, so good enough. Let's export it as player.png, not placeholder. Player. Yeah, I want to replace it, duh. So the default will be placeholder.png. But I mean, we don't want it to be a placeholder. I'm gonna say image equals player. I mean, assets slash player.png. So now if I run my main.py file, It's gonna be that weird stretched out version of the character. Don't want to be so weird and stretched out. Just gonna leave it as assets slash clear.png. Good enough. So now we're done with all the rendering stuff. So let's write def update self. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make a shed this 800 is the screen width. We're gonna set this x to 800 divided by 2, and the y will be 600 divided by 2. Let's see if it's any better. Just like passing this update function. I gotta write arch1.update here. Now it appears in the absolute center of the screen. Okay, not the real center because we have to minus that by the object's width, which in this case is 32. Now to the absolute center, which I mean, it could be simple if we put this in like, I don't know, a function. So, def center self. So I pass, I'm gonna write self.center here. So it's gonna center every time. So let's say w is equal to self.root.getWidth. H is equal to self.root.getHeight. And so just say self.x is equal to w divided by 2 minus where's the width? And minus width. It's gonna put these in brackets to make sure it doesn't I don't know, do the other way around. And this equals self.y. Self.y is equal to h by 2. Oh well, whoops, I meant self.pose.x. So h divided by minus self.width and self.height. Now it's fixed. Alright, so anyways, now that that's all done, let me just add self.size.width. Or using self.size is 2, for the width would be self.size 0, the height would be self.size 1. Alright, so let's just get rid of the self.center here because we don't want it to be centering every time. Arch1.center, it's going to center at the beginning. So now let's run our project, and if everything goes correctly, we should see a centered weird white box. I mean, box. So now it's centered. We don't have to do any complicated math anymore, it's just this one function. Anyways, now let's add keyboard controls before wrapping up this tutorial. Keys equal to pygame.key.getPressed. If keys pygame.k underscore up, then it's gonna do something. And I'm not gonna make it to be on separate line. Just gonna add past both of these. And I'm also gonna add for right and left. And so if the up key is pressed, then self.position.x plus equals, wait, that's not the right place. If the right key is pressed, so the right key is going to be here, k right. That post.x plus equals, I don't know. I'm going to create self.speed. equals 5. Okay, actually. Self.speed equals speed now. So self.post.export equals self.speed. And here self.post.x minus equals self.speed. And just to k left. So when k up is pressed, self.post.y minus equals self.speed. And here self.post.y plus equals self.speed. So let's see, up, down, right, left. Right, so now we have this black square that can move. It's a little too fast. Let me just, I don't know, reduce the speed. 1. So now have this. So yeah, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. So bye.